friends. Let me give you an example of a great post as it relates to this. So look at this picture. This is from Alyssa. And do you know what everyone craves? When we talk about the things that are missing from the human heart, from the human experience, people want to belong. People want to be part of a tribe. People want to be part of a family. And so what this post does is other people see that, and whether they know what it means and how we're communicating to them or not, they say, I wish I was there. They say, I wish I had friends. Like, I wish, you have reruns of Friends and Cheetos at night, like, that's cool, but like, I wish I had friends. Like, that's what they want. That is a great example of posting about that togetherness. You know, your greatest relationships will be through shared adventure. Your greatest relationships have through shared adventure. In the mail this last week, I got a wedding invitation. And I opened it up, and I said, Kim, we got a wedding invitation from our friends. And she said, which friends? And I said, Dan and Katie. And she said, you've never met Dan and Katie. Like, how are they, like, they're your friends? And I realized, like, I use that term, they're my friends. Why? Because I started to talk to them online. Like, I posted something, and then they tweeted it back, and then I'm having a conversation. You see, a conversation starts a revolution. A conversation, people fall in love over conversations. So that comment that you leave, that reply, that's a conversation. And I love the post here. It says, this is what work looks like. Sunday fun day on our team family time. That's what people want. I want to be part of a team. I miss it. They miss a team, they miss a family. When you use those words and you create those experiences, and then this transitions well to our next post is having fun. Like, they're goofballs, and that's amazing. Because people do not get to have fun at work. In fact, I met them for the first time on Wednesday when we went to go see a movie together. And we said, are we going to see the 4 o'clock or the 6:30? You see the 4 o'clock. And somebody eventually was like, why the 4 o'clock? Like, is this some Mr. Miyagi? Like, I'm not getting it. Like, I'm like, oh, the reason you go to 4 o'clock is because everybody that hates their jobs could go to 6:30. But not everybody that hates their jobs can go to 4 o'clock. So it's an easy decision. You go at 4. You don't go at 6:30. Everybody can go at 6:30. But when you post that I'm going to a movie at 4, they're like, oh, I wish I had your life. And that's the point, right? Is that you want to have fun. You know, some of you are doing so much better in your business. And I'm not saying you're doing better on social media. I'm saying your checks are better. You know why? You're having more fun in the last couple months. Because as you're having more fun, you're attracting more people to that. Because some people, what they do is they say, I'm bored. I look around on a plane, I'm like, we are in the sky, this is amazing. And people are like, oh, I'm bored. And when you're bored, like, it's because you're boring. So just don't be boring. And they load up Candy Crush, and like, they're just, I'm bored, I need to be entertained, and like, they need to have adventure. Let me show you an example of a great post for this. This is from Kendra, okay? And this is her post here. And she's having fun. She's having fun with her family. Now, the reason I wanted to point this post out specifically is because I think some of you guys, you think that you are at a disadvantage in the business sometimes. Well, here's what I know is that if I go on a field trip at school and my wife posts on Instagram that she is just having a lot of fun on this field trip, there are 29 other moms who are also posting about that. When I go, I'm the only dad there. And so when I'm having fun with my kids, everybody else is looking at it, they go like, I wish my husband was more like that. Like, I wish that, well, yeah, let me tell you how you can make that happen. You understand is you posting about fun will attract people. You posting about friendship attracts people. But some of you say, yes, but I'm just starting out. I don't have that much money to go on vacation all the time. I didn't say vacation. I said adventure. There's a big difference. See, what we've done in our society is we have put that the goal to attain to is that 2 weeks a year, like twice a year for 1 week, I get to go on vacation. So you do the math, that's 4% of your life. So that's our goal as a society, is to spend 4% of our life doing what we love to do. No, see, adventure is a mindset. It's a way to look at things, that everything can be adventure. It's just the way that you look at it. The third thing to talk about is freedom. 76% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. That's it. 4 people at the office, 3 of them are about a paycheck away from going bankrupt. In the United States, there'll be more bankruptcies this year than heart attacks. More people will declare bankruptcy. And you know that the average family could have avoided it for about $300 a month. That's all they needed. Technology is an accelerator. We've talked about that before, is that it helps accelerate relationships. And it can accelerate good things or bad things. And we try to focus in on how can we accelerate the good things. In fact, that's why we even created adventure support. That this wasn't just about 100 videos to create a baseline for you, but that we created this website of adventure support, and that you could go in there and there's more articles and more bonus materials, and you could go and type a question of like, hello adventure, what are you looking for? And it's so when you say like, oh, I don't know how to install the emojis, like we've put 5 articles in there on how to do it, and all you have to do is send us that message, and because we want to accelerate your dream. We want to accelerate hope with technology. Here's an interesting idea. So I was thinking, well, what is the opposite of technology? If technology accelerates things, then what would be the opposite of that? Do you know what it is? It's debt. Debt does the opposite of accelerating something. Debt will drown somebody's dream. And so when we say that most of the world is not living an adventure, it's because they are drowning in debt, and that is why that is the enemy, because debt is robbing the world of stories. They're robbing the world of some of the greatest works of art because they're not living their dream, and that's why debt is such the enemy. Let me give you a great example of a post here. So here's what Rachel is posting about, right? Her and her husband, and look what they say here. 2.5 years ago, we were drowning in debt, and we were surviving month to month on credit cards. It was horrible. Now we were totally debt-free, and there are their plans for their dream home. And that's so inspiring to me to say, like, that, who does not see a post like that and say, okay, so how do you do, like, huh, what? It's a great example of a post with that. But you see, the problem is that, well, here's what I'll tell you. I'm going to make a guarantee for you. I'm going to guarantee you this, is that if you post about friendship, fun, and freedom, when you do that, nobody will say no to you. Like, you're going to make that guarantee? Absolutely. If you post about friendship, fun, and freedom, nobody is going to say no to you. You know why? Because they're not saying no to you. They're saying no to themselves. You going and blitzing someone, you talking to them, you sending a message, when they say no, they didn't say no to you. They said no to themselves. It had nothing to do with you. Your responsibility is to ask. Its responsibility is to walk across the room. Your responsibility is to say yes to adventure. Like, that is what you do. You say, yes, I'm going to do that. It doesn't matter. But you know what? I know that sometimes that's hard. Because excuses